Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Angel Gate, blue team. Raven is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, the Word Bearers DLC. Alongside two Force Commanders, Sparkky with some Dark Angels and Belial, also with the Dark Angels DLC. These guys are melee heroes, strong offense, can also tank, disrupt and support. On the red team, Raver, as a Techmarine, starts off with a bolt gun, can support with structures and repair, even get into some melee. We got some Salamanders here, the elite scheme, alongside Unununium with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Can't even close his mouth. Look at those chompers. He's upset. And rounding off the teams is a Warp Spider that I can't select. They must be, there he is. Just annoying everyone already, are you, Sir Gunter? A Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing and just being a nuisance in general with control abilities and the like. Fierce fighting over these two contested power points early on. Typically you don't want to build them up if you can help it, because they're so hard to hold. And you want to keep that requisition for other things. But if you can just hold them and put nodes on, it can make a massive difference over the course of the game. Meanwhile, one of the blue team natural power points is getting hit. There's 2v1 against the Raven here. And these sluggers already have burners. The node is being repurchased though. Heretics getting consumed and Darked. Double shooters here for Unununium. Howling Banshees up for Sir Gunter. And all the Marine players getting a single tactical Marine squad. Sorcerer makes it out. Shotgun scouts in play for Raver. And they fully bash that. There is another natural power in the corner of the map for both teams. Much harder to hit. So you typically see that. You see gens on those first. But if red team is still super aggressive on this, we might see blue team populate one of these gens down here. Double tactical marines for Raver. Raven with noise marines up. Typically a good shout on this map. Lots of garrisons. The enemy power is relatively easy to get to. The middle ones anyway. So they can do a lot of work. And of course blast masters later on. More scouts on the way for Belial. Does that mean snipers? Or we might see multiple sniper scouts for Belial then. Shotgun blast. I don't even know why those heretics ran in. I guess Raven feels like they need to do something, but they should keep those heretics back. Worship Tzeentch. Plant your CSM in cover. Try to force the Warboss to come forward and engage, and you can separate them off and isolate them, maybe get them off the field and then try to work their way forward. But now they have support from Sparkky. Warboss in on the CSM and then runs away. Not before they did their stomp though. And here's your Noise Marines. That Sonic Blaster shuts down ranged attacks and does some good anti-infantry damage. Scouts really don't like Noise Marines. It means they can't use their grenades. They take a bunch of damage from it as well because they're only regular infantry armor. Scouts running away. Got messed up by the Sonic Blaster disabling their range stuff, I think, and they came running in. Blue team will get their natural back. Raver needs to be careful not to lose their Techmarine in this silly way. They are going triple tax here. Sir Gunter has lost some Guardians. No, they haven't. But they do have some Rangers on the way. Their Guardians are nice and healthy over there. And battle equipment is coming. And the Howling Banshees go for aspect of fleetness to jump over stuff and give their Exarch in tier 2 some nice power swords. Those tax got pretty low, eh? Heretics on capping duty. Flame attacks here. Flamers aren't great against heavy infantry, but they do get a damage multiplier against units in cover or in garrison, so they're always good against units in cover. Assault squad coming in for Raver. These tacks are really low. Are they letting them die? Because they have too much. They didn't mean to get triple tax, maybe? If not, that was a very sloppy loss from Raver. Force Commander does a battle cry special and then gets chopped up by the Howling Banshees. Might be tricky to revive them from there. Depends if they can force off the enemy army. Unununium. Oh, they lost Shooter Boys. Oh, up here, look, maybe. And they're just going straight tier 2. quick Weirdboy or a quick Death Dread. Perhaps. Doom Bolts, mini Doom Bolts, and they consume a Heretic. They're trying to get back onto the enemy power immediately, but they're taking too much Heretic collateral damage at the moment. Raven. I mean, they're cheap to reinforce, but you don't want to lose them endlessly all the time. Need to be a little bit more defensive with those guys. They're being targeted quite a lot by the enemy team. And double attacks, just with their regular bolt guns, will rip through Heretics pretty quickly. Banshee is getting in on the scouts. And there is indeed 2 sniper scout squads for Belial. Might be worth double Banshees with group teleport, but it doesn't seem like that's the way they want to go here. Through the mid, contested victory point northeast is blue at the moment. Raven now with some backup. CSN in melee though. A stomp, a really nice stomp, hits 6 models. But now the Warboss is off. There's the Techmarine. Oh, he's in there. Oh, they have Bionics. We might see a melee Techmarine in tier 2 then with the axe. Just saw a powerful sweep. Those assault squad fellas are going to wipe. And indeed they do. Use your choppers up on the sluggers, messing them up there. And a powerful sweep with the disruption. Force Commander runs. That's Sparkky. Flame attacks here, out of cover. Looks like a Techmarine here. Just going to go tie them up. Because Bionics does give you 20% more melee damage. A bit of health regen. And there's the axe queued up for tier 2. Heretics doom blasting, but now they have an aspiring champion, so they're much more survivable. Defended the power. Fully genned up now, so good thing they do defend it, and they've got a node down here. This one's uncapped. Energy shields are a great way to counter snipers. Before the shields go down, that is, like they do there. Once they take too much damage, the shield goes down. But before that, it gives you basically perfect cover, so you can't get hit from that direction. Bunch of tier 2s. The 2 Force Commander players still in tier 1. Belial with triple sniper. Nope. Those guys don't have a sniper rifle yet. Just hanging out a base. Banshees make it out. Been used well so far by Sir Gunter. Been aggressive, but they've been able to make it out of every fight. Grenade is dodged. Those tacks were trying to get into melee there where they are superior. Probably still superior in a no-cover firefight as well, but way superior in melee to those Guardians. Mark of Corn, Chaos Space. Oh, Raver. Raver lost more tactical marines. Somewhere. I don't know where, but they're down to a single squad. These guys now have a sergeant. Heavy losses then. And here's your Weirdboy. That's what Unununium went for with Warpath to support those sluggers. And looks like we have a boss pole. Yes, we do. And Bang Bang Hammer. So a really powerful melee support build to complement these sluggers here. Maybe they'll get Storm Boys as well. Or rush to Knob Squads. Not sure why these Assault Marines are sticking around. They're in big trouble. And that's the danger with not retreating. If you get knocked over, you can just lose the squad. Belial is floating in tier 1 a lot. Sir Gunter has a Falcon on the way. Grenade attempted there, I think. Oh, Demonic Shield from the Demon Armor, and they have the Rod of Warp Fire. You know, for Warp Fire. What else would it be for? A aspiring champion on these guys with a Melter Pistol, which is handy. Do they get more health? Yeah, 20% hit points, plus 1 speed, and a bit of health regen in combat. The Doom Bolting Shrine goes down, also provides some defensive buffs, but that's a really odd place to put a shrine. It's so easy to get at. You can even get at it from this direction. Needed to be way further back, I think, to have a chance. What are these guys up to? Oh, they're trying to become Stone Guard. They're going to wipe. Big mistake from Raver. You can cancel that. They needed to cancel that. Techmarine now level 3. An effective, very effective melee combatant, but losing 3 tactical marine squads is rough. Whirlwind on the way for Raver. You can park your Whirlwind Well, a second one, I should say. You can park your whirlwind in base, in your HQ, and hit the natural VP on this map, which is handy. Noise Marines with their sonic blaster on the generators, they just shake them apart, I imagine, is what is meant to be going on there. Like a miniature earthquake or something. Well, I guess not. It's not coming from the ground. So a lot of damage all of a sudden on those Noise Marines had to be teleported away to the Sorcerer. Set that up with a warp vomit there. Level 2 Weirdboy. Tier 3s. Belial's only going... Oh, they just went tier 2 straight into tier 3 now. All of the blue team going tier 3. They have... Yeah, they've had these gens here, look. That's the reason to get 3 full gen farms if you want to rush tier 3. Otherwise, you typically find yourself too much power that you can't, like, utilize because of requisition limits. Although, it's always handy if you lose power later to have that little buffer. Librarian on the field for Raver. Looks like they cancelled the second whirlwind. Sniper scouts. This is Sparky's got a sniper scout as well. And an assault squad. So they lost their attacks also. Lots of Marines dying so far in this game. Belial lost 2 scout squads as well. Huge losses all around, most of which I've missed. Been bleeding bad, says Raver, yeah. Well, not really bleeding. Bleeding is when you lose models and have to reinforce and it bleeds your requisition and stuff. They've just been straight up losing squads. 335 to 321. Falcons pack some pretty good firepower for a transport vehicle. Can even damage other vehicles. And there's your Pain Boy with the cyborg implant equipment already. They may be saving that for a knob squad though. Just going to use it once. Sorcerer level 4. Noise Marines have to flee. Look how quick they are. And Swamp them active as well. Gives them some damage resistance. Warpath is so good. Speed, yeah, and damage resistance as well. It's so good. 335 to 290. There's the tier 3 for Raver. Oh, they lost their whirlwind. I don't see the wreck of it. We have a Force Commander Terminator for Sparky. Power fisting that Techmarine around. Using Battle Cry. It's not always good for DPS Battle Cry because you're doing slower area of effect attacks rather than just crunking his head in. I wonder if Raver is going to try to get tanks going, which often backfires on this map. A Storm Shield up now for the Force Commander of Belial. And they've got some Stone Guard veterans. Doesn't help you against melee though. Well, I guess it gives you some more health. Grenade isn't helpful. Sir Gunter has stolen this power now, and that is noded as well. And there's not an easy way for Belial to get any of that stuff back. They might need to just rotate to another area of the map now and hope that Sir Gunter doesn't respond very quickly. Try to drag them away, do some damage elsewhere, and then maybe go back and bash it. Cacophony. Demon Shield up, and here comes some Terminators or something. Yep, Terminators for Raver. Storm Bolters and Power Fists. Powerful combatants and can get a weapon upgrade as well. They also inspire on kill. Oh, Raven's down to just Noise Marines now. Such heavy losses. I feel like I'm just missing all of them. On the power, they can get a decap here. There we go. Pain Boy's on it. What is this? Falcon getting Melter Bomb on rear armor too. Big chunk, and here comes a Power Fist Force Commander. Well, a Terminator Force Commander who has a Power Fist. 2 hits it took to finish off that Falcon on rear armor. It was good while it lasted, I guess. Kinetic Pulse setting up a little Banshee push there. But I think they got grenaded, and there's a tank for Belial. Banshees might wipe here. Sniper's shot. Oh, couldn't get it done, but the Force Commander does help get it done. Banshees wipe. Bad fight there for Sir Gunter. Lost the Falcon and the Howling Banshee squad that I assume were fully upgraded. I assume they had their Exarch. But they go tier 3. Nob squad on the way for Unununium. What happened to their sluggers? Oh, they must have got subjugated. That's why they're the other side of the roster now. Down goes the Sorcerer. Very little time on the Techmarine, so they can sprint around and slice things up. Can't really slice up a tank, although they have switched to Orbs of the Omnissiah here. An anti-vehicle accessory. Shuts down the vehicle, can't even use its weapons and stuff. There we go, they hit. Even got the damage on it. And there's a Cyclone Missile Launcher. Does so much damage, down goes the tank. That was an effective push by Raver. Who's down over here? Oh, the Sorcerer's still down. Scout trying to grab the northeast, and they're on the power, and they bash the power. Really topsy-turvy game. What is Raven going to be up to here in tier 3? It might be worth just getting some CSM up to spend some rec. I mean, it might mean that they are... Oh, Terminator's coming in. That's what they went for. I was going to say, how the heck do they have 33 population? Because the Terminator's already coming in. Nob squad, here it is for Unununium. They have... Oh, they're fully upgraded already. They can tear apart anything, including that tank. They're buffed by the Warpath as well. Yeah, they need to try and focus down that Weirdboy if they can. Not working out so far. Orks for their Exarch trying to finish off those Stern Guard. And they do have Power Blades as well. Assault Terminators now hitting the field for Belial. Can the blue team start breaking out and hitting back here? Lightning Claw, Force Commander Terminator 2. Nasty melee force. And these guys could also get claws. And that would shut down Unununium's army quite hard if both of those guys got claws. Power Fist on the Vanguard veterans here. Chaos Terminators for Raven. These guys can also get claws. Blue team right back in it with those tier 3 pulls. And there's that defend. Defend buffing Terminators is quite scary. I mean, they can't be suppressed, obviously, but the damage reduction is nice. 50% resistance on it too. Force Commander goes after some Rangers. Warp Vomit setting up this little push. He didn't get the Terminators though. And they don't have claws yet. So they're... Yeah, it's a tough fight for them against the Nob squad. And there's Sluggers in there as well. And Sluggers will do a surprising amount of damage to Terminators with the few power weapons they have. Especially if they're leveled up. And these guys are level 3. Terminator just had to teleport out of there. If you're going to be that aggressive with them against infantry, you need to get claws up. You don't want to give up those anti-everything hammers yet. 273, 196. Northeast VP's red. Avatar of Khaine on the way for Sir Gunter. Very, very strong on this map. Stuff like Avatars and Swarm Lords and Great Unclean Ones. And Terminators are very strong on this map too. Because you can get back to your HQ relatively easily. I mean, those guys had a rough time being chased by Warpath Orks, and they pushed up really far. We do have Lightning Claws on the Chaos Terminators, and Sparkky now has Assault Terminators of their own. It's Terminator City right now. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Raver. Avatar is in. The Avatar will be very vulnerable to those Lightning Claws, but it will also hugely buff nearby infantry, including the Orks. Big fight brewing here. Avatar coming in for their first swings. Subjugated flash kits, it looks like, up there. Wailing Doom went off. Now goes to stab some scouts. Unsurprisingly, that guy did not survive that giant stab. Lightning Claw Terminator took a bunch of damage though. Techmarine going after them. A smite getting thrown in. There's the warp. Sorcerer warps them out and they survive. Land Raider coming soon. Red team. That's going to be a big deal for them. If they can keep it alive. Did any of these guys get claws? Nope, they're both with their hammers still. Stern Guard need to be using vengeance rounds against the Avatar. They have their Hellfire still loaded in there. And they want to use Kraken Bolts against the Nob Squad because they're heavy infantry. Weirdboy level 3 has been awesome. You need to try and focus that guy down. It's so difficult though when there's a mass of Orks in front of you. Double flash kits now for Unununium. We see them trying to diversify their build again. Went full melee and now into some ranged squads. Especially with those blasters. They will mess up the enemy Terminators and Marines. 226, 178. Avatar's relatively healthy right now. Yeah, super healthy. 5,300 hit points still. Well, they're guarding their VP, but they're not guarding this one. Flash kits grab it. 2-1 for Red, who are behind on VPs. Plague Marines on the way for Raven. Don't think they've spotted the Land Raider yet. There we go, now they've spotted it. Acts as a mobile base for the red team now. If they set it as a retreat point, they will retreat to it, reinforce off it, get some health regen off it. And it's got some powerful weaponry. That twin link to Assault Cannon. Kind of bouncing off the Terminators because they have resistance to bolt guns. That piercing damage that they do. It's a bit of a misnomer that it's called piercing damage. You think it pierce armor, but no. Piercing PvP damage is the very basic range damage type. Big fight here, by the way, as I'm sure you are enjoying right now. Can the Avatar make it out here? Looks like they have enough backup, I think. Terminator's getting quite low. Really surprised they haven't gone for claws yet. Eldritch. Is the Warp Spider here with their Power Blades? Yes, they are. And so was the Techmarine. Power Blade, Warp Spider trying to finish it off. Not sure if they can. They had to teleport away. Tank goes down though. Cyclone Missile Launcher came in. What happened to Did the Librarian get subjugated? I guess they must have. Avatar's very low. Big retreat from the Orks. Avatar, I think, is going to be fun. They have over 1,000 hit points still. Everything retreating to the Land Raider, of course, makes it nuke bait. They could drop an Imperial Abyss on there. There's a Seer Council that's whapping out the Force Commander for Sir Gunter. These guys become super powerful when they are supported by an Avatar as well. And Belial just got destroyed on the VP over there. Heavy losses for a bunch of people. Leads to a fun game. Did Unununium cancel that second flash kit, or did they die? I certainly don't know. Terminator's teleporting away. Blue team have the northeast now. Yeah, red team needs to make sure they don't get hyper-focused on this VP, which is going to be hard to take and hard to hold. Double Plague Marines out for Raven, which is a bit of an odd one. I guess it's because of the Land Raider. They're not really going to help against the Ork mass that much, though. Raver gets more Terminators and more Cyclone Missile Launcher. It's a really good upgrade. They buffed it many years ago in Elite, the Cyclone. It does so much damage per hit. 70 per missile. And it fires so many. We do have more flash kits now for Unununium. What about a Warboss? What you got going on? Has heavy armor. But they've stuck with Bang Bang Hammer, which is part of why their knobs are getting so strong in combat. And their sluggers, of course. Sluggers level 4, Nob Squad level 2. Gonna see a revive here for Raver, maybe. They've thrown the shield up. And they do get it. I think they should get the Robes of Torment. That would be a great tool to shut down this blob of death for the Orks. I mean, they have subjugation already. But why not both? Great Unclean One on the way for Raven. That's going to be very fun. That was a risk. Did they just teleport in? Oh, because they knew they could gate them out, I guess. gonna say that's a really risky teleport. They teleported in to get vision for an orbital, and then the librarian used Gate of Infinity to get them out. And Unununium did not even bother to retreat their Nob Squad. Oh, there we go. They are retreating, just in a weird direction. I thought they were warpathing up there. Weirdboy level 4? Yeah, must be. Late game warp spiders for Sir Gunter. That's interesting. Great Unclean One still on the way out. Whirlwind on the field, on the way, I should say, for Belial. That might help against all this infantry they're having to face here with disruption. Is it worth grabbing a Thunderhammer on this guy once they get revived or whatever? Maybe. Land Raider getting repaired. Sneaky Scouts forward capping. And Warp Spiders forward capping. Great Unclean One is out. We can hear him bellowing things. Seer Council gets subjugated. That's a nice tool to subjugate, actually, because of that disruption they have. Although I don't think their leap knocks stuff over, does it? I forget. But they could do a huge amount of damage to a Nob Squad if you subjugate them, because subjugating them gives them more damage output. Here's the Great Unclean One. Can they survive against these buffed up Orks? They're a great tool to have. Cloud of Flies, the passive damage aura they have as well. Can do some good stuff. There's a lot of melee damage per hit as well. Killing some Seer Council already, the big fella. Doing a great job. Raven does not have heretics to worship him though. Needs to be worshipped. Look how glorious he is. Warp Spiders on power bashing duty over here. Sir Gunter starting to use Eldar shenanigans to outmaneuver the blue team a bit. And by Eldar shenanigans, I mean a Warp Spider squad. There's an anti-gravity grenade. Noble Vomit goes in. Terminators are here. I assume the Librarian's in a safe space, yeah, to teleport them out. There it is. Great Unclean One's in there though. Kind of isolated now. Taking big damage from flash kit shots, and of course a Nob Squad do huge damage to everything, especially when Use Your Choppers is active. I don't know if this guy can get away unless Raven can, there we go, warp them out. That was really close though. That was really close, and they can't do it again, right? Yeah, they need more red to do it again. 111 to 83. Red team still behind on VPs. Need to put a bit more focus on this northeastern VP, I think. Maybe Raver could park the Land Raider up here. It's so nice to have it more central though. Chaos Terminators, what are you doing, fellas? Raven throws away their Chaos Terminators, trying to get a cap that they were never going to get. That's strange. I'm assuming their teleport was on cooldown and they couldn't warp again, so they were done for. Very risky to try and use Terminators for that kind of cap when you can't retreat them. Land Raider Redeemer on the way now for Sparkky. 103.83, just 20 VPs in it. 2 blue heroes down here though. Both of those Force Commanders down. Scouts be wiped. Here come the Orks, subjugating a Nob Squad though. Oh, but then they had to retreat. Are they still subjugated while you retreat? That doesn't seem right. Now they're back under Unununium's control. Last Master getting some decent hits. There's a phase shift from the Warp Spider Exarch. And there's a Rocks on the Whirlwind. That takes it down so quick. Tank getting some decent shots in though. Great Unclean One is nice and healed up now too. And they get the Avatar down maybe. There's a Nurgle Vomit, a decent hit. Lightning Claw Terminators mixing it up with their Lightning Claw Force Commander buddy. I think they had 40 Emperor on them as well. But they just can't mince through this. Force Commander's going to go down. unable to mince through it. Even Lightning Claw guys. There's so much stuff on them. But I think Knob Squad did retreat, so maybe they minced through them a bit. Just got a Pain Boy heal there, I think. Uh-oh. AY grenade on the big Great and Clean one. 66 to 77. 2-1 for red team now. Does Raven have enough to teleport this guy? I think they do. I think it's 150 or 125 or something. Land Raider helping out with some disruption there. Great Unclean One does survive. Look at that nuke bait. Has Raven used a nuke? I guess they've just been warping a bunch of stuff. Level 7 Techmarine here. 44-77. Have the red team done enough? I think they have. Great Unclean One is busy healing up. We have a Chaos Predator, no mark though. They just lost too much. Red team lost a lot, but they were able to recover. Raver lost it all really early. 29 to 77. Plague Marines not giving up. And they got a decap. One of them was still close enough. And some tax dropped in by Sparkky. Just to help shoot something, maybe cap something. They can't stick around for too long, or they'll die so fast. So all of this having to run. They still may not make it though. They don't make it. 24-77. I mean, it bought them some time with a decap there. Avatar looking to mix it up again. Double las cannon tanks going after that Land Raider. I guess we can't understate how much work the Land Raider did for the red team as well. Able to be very aggressive with the Orks and then just retreat them back a tiny amount there. Wailing Doom. Almost got that tank down. Avatar's trying to go after it. 15 to 77. Force Commander dies over there. Red team surely have done enough. Uh-oh. Force Commander goes down. The other guy's got Gates of Infinity away though. Yep, there it is. 1 VP. Avatar survives. The Avatar survives. The level 6 Chaos Sorcerer here. Force Commander Terminator, of course, with his claws. A level 4 Force Commander for Belial, who's still had the shield on. Level 7 Techmarine in melee, mixing it up, repairing the Land Raider at the end. Level 9 Warboss was a powerhouse. And a level 7 Warp Spider Exarch, who did a lot of sneaky shenanigans around the map, I'm sure. And I'm sure I missed most of it too. But the Avatar survived, look at him. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.